Hello guys, welcome back to another video. It's so good to be back. So I hope you guys are safe and sound at your house. So today I'll show you guys what all things you need to check when you're inside your car. So I'll be popping the bonnet of my 3 cars and we'll just check if the basic things like the oil level, the coolant level, the brake fluid level, all these levels, I'll show you guys how you need to check and keep a check on if all these levels are intact. So let's go. And guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon. So without further waiting, let's go ahead and check out the 3 cars. Let's go. This is actually a stage 1 plus tuned Baleno, so this is my daily driver. So we'll be checking up this car first, and then it's this, which is a 1.3 DDIS Suzuki Swift. It is a VDI ABS model. This car came to a family when I was 18 years old. So we'll be checking up this car as well, and after this, the Hyundai Eon. So this car has an 800cc 3-cylinder petrol engine. So we'll be checking out this car as well. So I have a special connection with this car as well. This is the first car that I've driven out of a showroom. Let's first open the hood of the Suzuki Baleno first. First, let's pop up the hood. DDIS engine. So the engine oil level must be checked with the dipstick. So the dipstick is here. So what you need to do is first you need to pull the dipstick off. So when you pull the dipstick up, you guys can see the oil here. So we need to first wipe this oil and then we have to dip it back in, and then we have to check the oil level again. That's how we check the oil level of a car. So I've taken a tissue paper and I'm just wiping this off. So once you put the dipstick back in, you have to put it all the way in. And once you put it all the way in, then you have to take it out again. So here you guys can see that the oil is here. That is, the oil level completes the whole thing. That is, the oil level is from here to here. So that means that the engine oil is up to level. That is, the car has proper level of engine oil. So if that's the case, then it's fine. But in certain cars, you'll observe that when you dip it again, that the amount of oil here would only be up to here or up to here. That means that you have to top up your engine oil. So this car currently runs with a synthetic Castrol engine oil. Because this car runs on a stage 1 plus map, I always make sure that it runs on a synthetic engine oil. So the next thing that I'd be checking is the brake fluid. So this is the thing that houses the brake fluid. So if you see properly, there is a marking here, so it says minimum. So right now the brake fluid level is still here. So it's actually full. You guys can see this portion is dark and here it is light. That means that the brake fluid is touching here. So if the brake fluid goes below this point, that means that it's high time you change the brake fluid. That brake fluid is low is when you drive the car and when you turn or when you do a sharp turn, the handbrake signal will come on. If that's the case, then that means that your brake fluid is low. So keep an eye out for that. So see, here there is a marking called full and here there is a marking called minimum. So if you just do this, you can see that the liquid is there at full. So that means that the coolant is topped up. So if the coolant level falls below this, and if it falls below the minimum level, that means that you have to get your coolant topped up ASAP, as soon as possible. So here it seems fine, the coolant is actually full. So that means that the Baleno is actually in a pretty good condition. So there's nothing to worry about the Baleno. Now let's go into the Suzuki Swift. So now let's pop the hood open. I have to get it checked. So here this might look familiar because this is the same engine that is seen in the Baleno. So these are actually brothers. So this is the same Fiat sourced 1.3 DDIS engine, which is also seen in the Suzuki Baleno. So the process somewhat is similar. Here is a dipstick for checking the engine oil. So let's take that out. So it's some kind of oil indication. Now it's clean. So these are the 2 indicators. When we dip it inside, when we dip it back inside, if the oil is full, this means that the oil level is okay and it's full. Okay, so the oil is a bit below the full level. That is it. We have 3/4 of engine oil left. So is this an alarming factor? Well, not actually. It's not harmful for the engine, but it's always best to have your engine oil topped up. So I think I'll have to have the engine oil topped up during my next service. So that indicates that the engine oil is only 3/4 of the maximum value. Because when we checked it in the Suzuki Baleno, it was here. It was still the full value. So here it is only 3/4 of the engine oil level. It's not an alarming factor, but it's always best to get it checked, you know. And this is the brake fluid, the maximum, and this is the minimum value. And this also seems to be full. Yes, the brake fluid is also full. It is there in the maximum value, so it's nothing to worry about. Now let's check the coolant level. Oh yes, the coolant is also full. It's touching the full marker, so the coolant is also full. So that means that the Suzuki Swift is also good on the fluid parameters. So now let's check the Hyundai Eon. Pop the bonnet up. So yeah, it's comparatively smaller engine because this is a 800cc engine and a 3-cylinder engine. When compared to these two, where these two has got a 1.3 liter 4-cylinder TDIS engine, which is also turbocharged, whereas this is a naturally aspirated 800cc 3-cylinder engine. Okay, so let's find the dipstick. Here is the dipstick. Yes. So here the two dots. So let's just wipe it first and let's put it back. Now let's put it back in and see how much oil is there. Okay. Moment of truth. Oh, actually it's full. Yeah, actually the engine oil is full. See, the engine oil has touched both these dots. So that means that there is nothing to worry about. The engine oil is full. Yes, this is the brake fluid. So when I shake it, it seems to be touching the maximum value marker. So that means that there is nothing to worry about the brake fluid. And this is the engine coolant. And yes, the coolant is also, this is the full and this is the minimum value. And it also seems to touch the full value. So that means that there is nothing to worry about there as well. So yes, that is the thing about Hyundai Eon. So let me just check the air filters. I think oh yeah, the air filters are also clean. There is nothing to worry about. So guys, we've checked up all the three cars and they seem to be perfectly fine, except for the Swift where the engine level is a bit low, but it's not an alarming factor. So that is how you do a regular checkup. That is checking if all the parameters or all the things that are present inside a car are up to level. So I hope you guys found that informative, and I'll be reviewing each of these cars individually. So stay tuned and stay subscribed to my channel. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.